The business landscape is changing forever, especially for home service companies and foundation waterproofing companies, because of how heavily focused they have been on Google, SEO, rankings, pretty much since the inception of the internet, is now being completely flipped upside down because majority of Google searches that users are making are not even ending up with them clicking on any URL because AI takes care of all of their answers. And so in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how we can take advantage of that, how you can take advantage of that in your business to make sure that you don't slow down, you don't take a hit because of this, because if you don't pay attention to this change that's happening, your business is going to be massively affected and your team, your crews, everybody is going to take a huge hit as a result. And so let's get into it and let's explain why websites are going to be dead in the near future, why you shouldn't be focusing on just normal SEO like you have been over the last few years, and why focusing on ranking on these AI platforms and leveraging that side of things is going to be what makes a huge difference over the next few years for your business. Because as you know, everybody's focusing more and more on AI. Everybody's using ChatGPT, Claude, Google AI, especially Gemini, for their searches, to where when you search something up, the top of Google gives you a full AI brief based off everything scraped off of Google to where you don't even need to scroll down, and it just gives you an answer right there, and you can continue to chat with it right there as well. And so the website was never the real asset, right? The website of your business was never the real asset. It was really the system behind it. And so home service businesses with the most complete, most trusted data about itself wins the job before a competitor is even considered, right? And that still plays a factor. And so for a decade, right, home service owners played the same game: rank high, land the lead, and convert them, and that's the game, right? And so the homeowner searched, they type a few keywords, right? Waterproofing companies near me, fix my crack, right? My basement's leaking, whatever. And then a bunch of blue links come up, and they would scan the top 3, right? Usually not go below that, kind of check the reviews, see how credible they look. And then they would maybe land on your site, right? They'd go to your homepage or your service page or whatever. They'd take a look, make sure you look credible. And so every dollar went into the site, right? Because you want it to pop up, you want it to have good call buttons, good call to actions, and have a high chance of converting these leads, right? So you want it to pay a lot for your Google business profile, your SEO, and your website. Make sure it's nice. I know companies are spending 15, 20 grand on websites, right? And so then they would take the lead, they would fill out the form, or they would call in, and they would convert the lead, right? The website got the credit. And so it was worthwhile. And so everyone optimized the front door because for a decade, the front door was where the sale actually started. And so it was very understandable, and it was worthwhile putting that type of money into that. Whereas now, most Google searches now end without even a single click being made, which is ridiculous to even think about. And so your future customer got their answer before your site even loaded because of Google AI. So Google searches now end without a click. 2 out of 3 of them, 2 out of 3 Google searches now end without a click to any website. That is a huge change in the market. And 76% of people who search for something nearby take action within 24 hours. And so 46% of all Google searches carry local intent. So all of this playing together, if 2/3 of these leads are not even clicking on a link because the Google AI gives them what they need, and 76% of people who search for something nearby are taking action within 24 hours, that means you want to make sure that you're ranking on those Google AI sections, right? Now, you need to check your own phone and you'll see it, right? So when you search something, as I'm sure you've probably already been using it a ton without even realizing how much that has helped you, and you haven't even need to click on URLs anymore, is that when you search something, right, the search bar quickly turns into the Gemini AI assistant. And so the keywords that are typed are going back and forth in the conversation, and we'll keep asking you certain things to kind of identify more specifically what you're looking for. And so this has changed a lot. Whereas the old way, the homeowner would type a keyword, right? Let's say water heater repair near me, for example, and it would scan, Google would scan a bunch of links and then put the ones that are ranking the highest for those keywords, whether it was from Google ads, local service ads, whatever, SEO, and rank them at the top before the AI was even a thing, right? And then the user would scan them, see which one makes the most sense, click around, check a little bit, and then decide on who to call, or maybe call a bunch of them, right? And now the new way is completely different. The homeowner describes their problem in plain English, right? A lot more in depth than just a couple keywords into Google. They can even upload photos, which is just a ridiculous upgrade, right? And then it asks the AI to diagnose what's actually wrong. And then it asks, okay, what do you think this should cost? Who's reputable? Give me 5-star companies in the area, stuff like that. And the AI will narrow down to 1 or 2 names. It'll usually even list 3 or 4 sometimes before the human is even needed to be involved. And so you need to hope that this AI is saying good things about your business, right? And how do you do that? You set up your presence accordingly and you rank on these AI platforms. Ranking on these AI platforms is different than normal SEO. And it's something that we implement with all the businesses we work with. And it's something you want to make sure you're implementing as well. And now, the goal of your content has flipped overnight, right? It's no longer about landing on page 1. It is about being what the AI is telling people to look at, what the AI actually pulls into its answer. And so the AI not your homepage anymore, right? Is now the first thing your future customer is going to talk to. So the question stop being, does my site rank? And becomes, when a homeowner asks the AI who to call, is it saying my business, my name, or is it saying the competitors down the road? Right? That is the most important thing. And so the entire job of the content you're putting into your website and your organic presence is completely flipped. You don't want to win the click. You now want to be the answer for the AI. And the good news is it can be a lot cheaper than putting a ton of money into Google Ads. Not to say you still want to run Google Ads. Don't get me wrong. They're still effective, but this is changing the game a lot. And so a couple things, right? Build. You want to publish honest pricing, right? Homeowners are going to ask AI what things cost constantly. You know, every single person is price oriented, right? No matter how valuable the thing is. And if you never put a number out there, it's going to use other people's numbers or direct to somebody else who has listed their numbers, right? So the question every single day, right? Someone asks the AI, okay, what does it cost to replace a water heater? What does it cost to install a sump pump? What does it cost to fill a crack, right? Whatever it may be. And so it's going to answer. The only question is whose number it reaches for, right? And so you want to give a real range. You don't need to give a specific dollar, but a real range, right? And so you want to publish the low end to the high end and what actually moves the price, right? What plays into it, the degree of severity of the issue, right? How serious is the issue that you need solved to play in so that they can have an idea, right? And then it also means when they see the price and they come to you, they already have a general idea of what the price is. They're a much warmer lead. And now the AI can actually quote your price and direct the lead towards your business. And so you're not posting your exact price book, right? Like a menu, like an a la carte type of thing. You are just becoming the authority that the AI leans on to give your prices in the shop. It's still going to say vague pricing, right? It's not going to be telling you to the T what everything's going to cost. It's going to give, general range, but the company that stays very vague and doesn't give pricing at all is going to be the one that the AI just skips in general and is going to point towards the company that is giving at least general pricing. Now, the second thing is make your booking machine actionable. It's not enough for the AI to just find you. An agent has to be able to grab a real slot on your calendar. So this is all playing into this, right? And so you want to have easy ways for the AI to give your phone number, give your scheduling link if you have a calendar where people can schedule estimates directly, which is what we do for all the companies we work with, and potentially have the way for a lead to either get in contact, call, or message your company immediately. Whether it's messaging an AI on your website or whatever, it needs to be able to. And so the AI can already surface your name and your number, right? And so that just drops you back into the pile with everybody else. And so agents can already book a dinner reservation on command, which is crazy, right? That is crazy. We're at that point now. And the same agentic booking is coming to the scheduling tools home service owners already rely on and already use. And so we need to be prepared to take advantage of that. And so it can lock a Thursday slot for a homeowner on your behalf, which is an insane step. And we need to make sure that the AI has the necessary connections and your website and your scheduling offers that availability so that the AI can do that. Because imagine, you don't even need to be involved anymore. The AI, as long as you're ranking and following all the things I'm laying out here, the AI is going to recommend you to a business and ask them some questions. What's their issue? Schedule the estimate on your calendar for you and not just read your number, not just point them in the direction, handle it all, which is ridiculous, right? And then of course, all these specific questions your phone answers every day, right? That's what the AI trusts over the generic filler crap that you're going to see, right? Anyone can auto-generate that type of stuff. And so the commodity content, that doesn't really matter, right? The ultimate spring home maintenance checklist, right? All this stuff, generic checklist, any tool spits out in a second. You know what I'm talking about when you ask an AI stuff and it just spits you can tell it's just AI generated kind of slop, right? And so it reads like it was written for a search crawler, somebody who's not serious, and the AI already has thousands of versions of it, right? Not a big thing. The real operator content, and this is what you're going to win with, is when somebody is looking for my unit runs but blows warm, do I repair it or replace the whole thing? And so the messy specific stuff only a tech on a job actually knows, right? Documented and answered publicly in plain language. The AI reaches for it because nothing else on the web has it. And so this is why it's so important, where for us, for example, on our website, we have a ton of stuff about the systems that we implement. We have a ton of blogs all over our website, just in depth how we provide services. So when people search for how do I market this, we show up in the AI on how we operate with our systems. And you want to do the exact same thing for home service companies on how you provide your services, really in depth, just blog posts linked somewhere on your website so the AI is able to pull that information, right? It can be hidden on your website. It's not like you need people to access it, but the AI needs to be able to pull it. And that is where when somebody asks an in-depth question, it's able to reference your blog post. If you have like 100 pages of blogs, which we can write up very easily now, the AI is able to pull that and reference it, right? And I guarantee a lot of your competitors aren't doing that. And now, the other biggest thing is speed to lead, right? I talk about this all the time. Speed to lead is huge, and that doesn't change with this here. Speed to lead already made calling within 5 minutes 21 times more likely to qualify, right? In the agent era, that becomes speed to answer. And so you need to respond within 5 minutes, always, right? That's going to be the biggest thing. The same law is coming to AI search. Whoever's data the agent reaches for first and whoever can book fastest gets the job before a competitor is even considered, right? Speed to lead doesn't change. It's just going to slightly change the way that we do it. AI search is just the bridge. The destination is a personal agent that researches, decides, and books for the homeowner around the clock, right? And this is stuff every business is going to need to have, because if you don't, you're just going to be absolutely destroyed by the businesses who are implementing this. And there's going to be that transitionary period where people are wondering, hey, why did my organic drop? And these businesses that implement it are going to be crushing it. And people are going to be wondering why until they realize what's actually going on. So the agent does the legwork, right? The homeowner stops searching entirely. Their agent researches the options, weighs the reviews, and shortlists who to call 24/7 without them doing anything. Then it goes agent to agent. The homeowner's agent talks to your business's agent, settles the details, and comes back with a booked job. No search, no site visit, no phone tag, right? Your website probably won't even register a single click or a single page view, but you still got the estimate. This is over the next few years, right? This isn't science fiction. This isn't a sci-fi movie, which it kind of seems like it, to be honest, but this isn't a decade out. This is very near future. This is going to be gradually coming out over the next few years, which is why I say that websites are going to have less and less relevance. Still great to have a website, but you don't need to be paying 20 grand for a website, right? You build a very simple, very nice website that has built-in SEO, built-in GEO, which is what ranks you on these AI platforms, which is what we build into all the websites we structure, and then puts you in the best position possible. Now, the old internet ran on websites, keywords, and backlinks. The new one runs on a structured, verified knowledge base of everything your business knows, which is why I say it's so important for you to have these sorts of pages: the hub, the currency, who you optimize for, the win condition, the real asset, and as much information you need to have, even a full page that isn't even accessible to the public if they actually go on your website, that's just hidden, but has hundreds of pages of what you do in depth, how you operate, every single thing about your business that is needed. So the AI, because even if people can't access it, the AI is still able to pull that information and use it anytime somebody asks very niche questions. Now, fix the system instead of the website and it compounds, right? This is how we help guys double their revenue. So we help them scale up. This is how we get them great returns on what they're spending. And it's because of being ahead of the curve and implementing these systems, right? And none of this stuff comes from just making a nicer website, nicer homepage. Don't get me wrong. We did rebuild his website, but we rebuilt it with the code and with the systems on the back end to help him rank higher organically on SEO as well as in these AI systems. And not just Google AI, ChatGPT, other Gemini platforms, Claude, all these AI search engines. Now, your checklist that you need to keep in mind, you need to run this 5-point checklist and you will be the business owner that the AI recommends. It won't be your competitor, and I know that's what you want. Publish honest pricing, just a range and what really affects the range, what variables come into play to affect the pricing. Number 2 is make your booking machine actionable so an agent can complete the appointment, not just find your number. Turn the real questions your tech answers every day into public, plain language content. Like I mentioned, build a huge database on your website, blog posts, whatever. Ton of FAQs just so that the AI is able to reference it. And if people ask those specific questions, the AI is going to send them to your website because you're the one who has the relevant answers. Number 4 is build a structured, verified knowledge base of everything your business knows about itself. Everything. You need it. Number 5 is track whether AI actually recommends you. Ask the assistants who to call in your market and see if your name comes up. Test it live. Test it from other people's phones. Test it from your phone. Test it from family members' phone, friends, to see where you rank. Do these 5 things, and I guarantee the AI hands you to the customer while your competitors are still redesigning a homepage nobody visits. I promise you, if you implement these, you will see a very, not quick, I don't want to say quick like tomorrow, like paid ads, but you will see a gradual increase over the first 30 days, 60 days. By day 90, you will notice a huge difference. We very confidently rank almost every single business we work with in the first 2 to 4 months at top 3 organically, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing with AI. And so if you do want us to help you settle this up, there's going to be a link somewhere down below. Feel free to click it, fill out the form, book a call, and we'll break this down and see if it makes sense for your business. But this is going to be the direction that everything is heading. The shift is moving fast, all right? If there's anything I want you to take away from this, it's this. The shift is moving fast, and the owners who build the data layer first will own their market the same way a first mover owns an exclusive territory. If you want us to build it with you, the honest pricing, the bookable calendar, the real question content, the whole knowledge base, the link is in the description below. Just stop pouring another dollar into a website that's about to stop mattering. We have guys come to us all the time saying, hey, I don't want to invest in paid ads in this because I need a new website, and they're paying 10 grand for it. And it's just mind blowing to me because the website is not as important as you think it is. And if you don't want us to do this, like I said, implement this stuff here. Take a screenshot of this and start implementing it yourself. The first thing you can do is you can go to AI and you can tell it to write everything that you need on your website related to your business, everything to help you rank higher, and it will spit out so much content that you can immediately add onto your website and just hide it, make it so people can't even actually view it from the public, but the AI will be able to read it, and that will alone make a huge difference in your overall rankings. And you will see calls, and you will see web form submissions, you will see overall estimates increase a ton. So this is very important. Don't think this is just something I'm making up or a conspiracy. This is happening. This is shifting the market entirely. And the people who leverage this are going to see a huge, huge increase in business, and the people who don't are going to get swept away.